Today is the 27th of November 2024, and this is a day that in the history of the Liberal Party will live in infamy. Because today we saw that spectacle earlier this morning of all those Liberal Party MPs standing up and walking across and joining hands with the Labor Party to pass this social media age verification bill.
The result of the division is ayes 102, noes 13. The matter was resolved in the affirmative. This bill has been agreed to. Give the call to the Minister for Communications.
Mr Speaker, I ask leave of the House to move the third reading immediately.
Is leave granted? The member for Sturt has granted leave. I'll give the call to the Minister for Communications.
Mr Speaker, I move that this bill be now read a third time.
I'll put the question. Those opinions say aye, against no. I think the ayes have it. And I call the clerk.
And to think they did this after agreeing with Labor to cut off debate, to guillotine debate when there were more members of Parliament that wanted to speak on it. They cut debate off and forced the vote on. And this was after they gave the public just 24 hours to make submissions to this bill. And they still rushed it through. Just incredible. And to think this bill actually doesn't come into effect until 2026. So why rush it through? Why not work out all the details? This is a bill that hands a blank cheque to the E-Safety Commissioner. Why not firstly go to the E-Safety Commissioner, let her spell out exactly how she plans to implement this ban, and then come back and legislate it in the new year? Why are they rushing it through like this? The only thing is you have to smell a rat on this. And it got worse for the coalition because we finally have been able to see these amendments that they promised. Now, they promised amendments, not in the House of Representatives where they should have been debated. They promised amendments in the Senate when everyone will be, when it's too late really for the House of Reps to do anything about it. They promised these amendments in the Senate. And the promise that they gave us is that, the social media companies won't be able to force you to provide digital ID to log on. That's the promise they gave us. But just to show how sneaky these people are, have a look at the actual wording of these amendments that they put up. So here you have it, 63DB. So here you have it, paragraph 63DB, clause 1. And it says, a provider of an age-restricted social media platform must not collect government-issued identification material. You think that's wonderful. They're stopping these social media platforms from collecting digital ID. You don't need to have it. Until you go down to clause 2, and it says, subsection 1 does not apply if the provider provides an alternate means for the individual to assure the provider that the individual is not an age-restricted user. So they say yes. Firstly, they say yes, that you must not, and then they give you an exception which gets them around it. So what will this alternate means actually be? It could be anything. So it actually could be worse and more intrusive of having to give your government-registered digital ID. So this actually just confirms that what the government is doing is a Trojan horse. It confirms also that they've misled the public where they said that the government wouldn't require these social media platforms for you to have a digital ID, but then gives this huge big exemption for it. And it also goes on and uses the interesting word here, collect government-issued identification material. Now, does collect mean to hold and to store? Or does it mean something you would still have to show your ID just to log on, and the social media platforms wouldn't collect it, as in holding it, but you'd still have to get some type of government license or government ID to log onto the internet? Clearly, you can see by the wording of this amendment, it is not what the opposition and the government told us. It is just simply confirms that they're up to no good, and this actually is a Trojan horse. Now, this bill goes to the Senate probably tomorrow. for a final vote. It's a forlorn hope, but it is really a shocking situation to see those Liberal Party members standing and voting with Albanese on this. What would Menzies think if he was watching and was able to see what happened to his Liberal Party that once believed in freedom and small government, that you are now going to have to get some type of government-approved licence or digital ID just to log on to social media? He must be rolling in his grave.